Okay, welcome to Bible and Revelations. I'm Sal Lopez, Executive Director of Ozark Hunger Relief, and I'm trying to get enough funds to open up an office to feed children and elderly. And actually, I can't turn away anybody, but my main idea was to feed children because of hungry kids in the neighborhood would come into my house all the time and would eat as much as they possibly could while they're visiting my kids. So I know there's a need in Prairie Grove and started this nonprofit. I've spent all my money, but I want to open an office, hopefully get a corporate sponsor or maybe 1,000 normal people to open the office. And once I got the office, I can get food relatively cheap if I have an office. I've gone to the local food bank and was treated very badly and discouraged every way that I could, and they laughed at me, and it was horrible and depressing. I didn't do anything with this for 6 months after that. There was multiple places I got ripped off by a lot of other nonprofits and turned down for many. I thought the local community would rally around me and help, but the nonprofit business is very competitive, I've found out, and the local people are mean and greedy and conniving. They would say that I can work with them and move into their office. I give them some money, and then they lock the door on me. A couple times I was denied. Anyway, let's not get into that. I just want to open my own office, and I'm gonna have to do it through donations. So this episode is going to be probably about maybe 2 or 3 episodes on the Revelation of John, and I'll just get to it. Right now, it is. I may have to leave any minute. I'm just starting this. I'm learning how to use this format for recording. And would be a lot more convenient than using the camera at my house, which only records 10 minutes at a time or 4 gigabytes. So anyway, this is an experiment. We'll go with what I wrote here, the Revelation of John. It's called Revelation, which derives from the Greek word apocalypse. The reference is to a type of literature very familiar to the people of John's time. In the Hebrew scriptures and from other popular Jewish texts, apocalypses tell about a prophet's symbolic dreams and visions. These visions revealed God's heavenly perspective on history so that the present could be viewed with the final victory we will experience in mind. With the final victory in mind, sorry. You see the present difficult circumstances are negligible compared to eternity with no worries, pain, or suffering. What I meant about there is this 80 years is just a test, this life that we are experiencing. It's just God's way of saying to us, pick a side. God, or the devil. It's that simple. So this 80 years is for us to pick a side and to see how we respond to different circumstances. And so try to take a step back and see the big picture when you get into a car accident or somebody close to you dies, you lose a job, you accidentally shut the door on your finger, whatever. You need to stay focused on something positive. If you start dwelling on negative things, more negative things will be coming to you because you're not focused on the positive and you're thinking negatively. For instance, you wake up, you go to your car, the car doesn't start, you have to jump it, now you're late for work. The first customer comes in and says, "Hi, I'd like to buy a toaster," and you snap at them because you're upset that your car didn't start and you're wondering, why didn't my car start? What's going on? Do I need a new battery? Something negative. And so that customer is never going to come back to your business or the business where you're working. That's how one negative thing leads to another negative thing. And let's say this has happened before with other little things. You have a headache, you got a flu, you're losing one customer at a time. Next thing, you're either fired or your business is bankrupt. Bad things are going to happen. You need to focus on good things regardless in order to bring more good things to you. So you forget about that battery. You do a good job at work saying, "This is a great job. I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to help this person the best I can." And smile regardless of the negative situation. That customer is happy. They come back the next week. The next customer comes back next week. You keep your job or your business going, and your good things will come to you. Besides that, it is like I was saying, this is just a test. This 80 years, and we're going to have eternity surrounded by great, positive, happy people worshiping God and eating great foods, having banquets and parties, and it's just going to be so fun and happy. So that is eternity. This is 80 years, which is nothing compared to eternity. Well, we can literally sleep 80 years in eternity and not even notice it. So this 80 years is just a test. Try to stay positive, get through it the best you can, give your life to Jesus, and read the Bible, etc. Because we're going to spend eternity, heaven on earth or in heaven, with no worries, no pain, and no suffering. It'll be glorious, fun, exciting, and so pleasurable to be surrounded by positive, happy people who are all focused on worshiping God. Everybody's trying to help you, cooperating. They're going to be kind, happy. Everything's going to be good. John says this apocalypse, this particular one, the book of Revelations, is a prophecy, which means it's a word from God spoken through a prophet to God's people. These prophecies are usually supposed to warn or comfort them in a time of crisis. When John calls this book a prophecy, John is saying that it stands in the tradition of the biblical prophets and is bringing their message to its glorious end. This apocalyptic prophecy was sent to real people that John knew. The book opens and closes as a circular letter that was sent to 7 churches in the ancient Roman province of Asia. 7 is a meaningful number for John. It's a symbol of completeness based on the 7-day Sabbath cycle in the Old Testament. John has woven 7s through every single part of this book. The number 7 is going to keep coming up. 7 this, 7 that. 7, the number that represents divine completeness. So, with this opening, John has given us clear guidance about how he wants us to understand this book. I'm going to end this chapter here just because it's 10 minutes and I don't want the file to be too long. I hope my first test works. We'll see.